Hi, peoples. I'm gonna wait a minute for y'all to come on. Is it Sunday? Oh, it's Sunday. Dang it. Sorry I'm doing this on a Sunday, by the way. Mm, I'm gonna start asking questions once people come on. If you guys are watching, can you let me know if my audio is working? Because I'm using a microphone, but I don't know if it's hooked up. I think it is. I'm just waiting for more people. I just got back from a 2-week work trip, which sucked. And I'm still tired. So I'm just doing doing this in my room. Excuse the background. I really don't care about it, but if you guys do, sorry. I thought about doing this earlier, but I couldn't because I was out of town. But I did watch season 4 of Bridgerton Part 1. And I had to watch it like twice because it's a very slow season. It goes really slow. I think that's just because like they're focusing more on the main characters this time, which they should have done the whole time. But it's a little bit of the slow going this season. I feel like part 2 will pick up the pace a little bit. I see y'all coming in. Hi, I'm gonna wait for a little bit more. Again, I just got home from a work trip yesterday, so I'm tired. So if I'm not like, oh my God, that's why. Hi, Linda. Thank you. I'm glad to know it's working. I can't deal with any other stress. So I want this to be like an open discussion for those of you who watched season 4, part 1. Because I did, and I have my own thoughts on it, but I also want to hear what you guys thought about it, because I'm hearing a lot of mixed things. I enjoyed the fact that they stuck really close to the books this season, which they really should have done like for other seasons, but I guess they learned their lesson when the fans were like, you didn't stick to the books, blah, 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 because I know they got heat for that last time. So I did appreciate that part. I think the leads, Yaren and Luke, are fantastic actors, and I enjoyed their scenes together and with others as well. I'm glad to see the new leads and Luke T. Although he does, like, he looks the oldest of all the, like, they're aging out, and I think that's why they're trying to rush these seasons through at this point because the actors are freaking aging. Like, let's not lie. And it's going to be weird to have like a 40-year-old actor try to play a 20-something. So I feel like that's why they're like rushing to make these seasons. It can also come across as boring. What can also come across as boring? The whole season or just like parts of it? Oh no, what disappointed you about it? I'm curious to know because a lot of people are saying different things about what disappointed them. So I will say that like it is slow going because I think they used the whole episode 2 to do like a backstory on Sophie's life and situation, and I don't think it needed to be that long. It was very long and drawn out, and I feel like they could have shortened that, her whole backstory and everything. But I like the way they did it, and how they did it with like flashbacks and stuff. But yeah, it was just like they did too much of that. But yeah, like the side stories and stuff. And if you're watching this and you haven't watched part one of season four, um, right now, don't come at me. I don't claim any responsibility because you're choosing to watch me. So if you haven't watched it, you're gonna hear spoilers. And if you have, welcome. Parts of it. Yeah. I mean, I think like a lot of that is also because a lot of the fans came in on season three, and then the season two fans, I mean, they're not going to be anywhere because Kate and Anthony are not anywhere to be found, at least in part one. So I think a lot of it is that people are very partial to Pollen, and they're not giving it really a fair chance because of that. But I wanted to try to give it a fair chance. I wanted to try to give it a fair chance, just ignore everything else and just watch it from unbiased eyes myself. And yeah, the thing that I would say is that I enjoyed the dialogue. I enjoyed the costumes are still great. I mean, the costumes are fantastic as always, but the pace of the episodes and stuff was just so like I had to watch it twice because I was getting distracted by other things because it was just going so slow that I couldn't stay focused on the episodes for, the full hour that they were very slow, not much chemistry between them in my opinion. Okay, but do you think that's you thinking that because you saw the chemistry between Luke and Nick and now you want to compare kind of everything to that? Because that's not going to happen again. And before it was their season, everyone liked, the other couples and stuff. And then all of a sudden after Pollen's season, everyone's like, nope, I don't buy it. Nope. But I told you guys that would happen. I told you guys that Luke and Yaren met and they didn't know each other for, before they met. So it's like, how can they have real life chemistry? That's what their job is for. Acting is their job. I think they have chemistry as their characters. But if you guys if everyone looks at it from the perspective of having real life chemistry, they're not going to because they haven't known each other for like they known each other for 5 minutes before they had to get naked with each other. So let's just, it is say what it is what it is. But I think that they're doing very well with their characters. But yeah, of course they're not gonna have like the real life stuff bleeding into their oh my god, my brain bleeding into the show for their characters because they just don't have that real life chemistry because they didn't know each other. I was also getting distracted. Maybe that's why some parts were boring. Yeah, I think, and like another creator said that, if they went back and just put their phone away and eliminated other distractions, that they were going to try to watch it again. And I tried to do that the second time around, and I did get through all the episodes that time, but my opinion didn't change much. It was just kind of like, like because I think the pace of the other seasons was different. Because the leads in this one get so much screen time together that their scenes to me seemed really drawn out and long. And I think because people have like that short attention span brain nowadays from, various reasons, social media, I'm not going to blame it, but I am going to blame it. They can't really stay invested for too long in one particular storyline without having, variety and stuff. So like the other seasons, in my opinion, switched much quicker between, scenes and stories. But in this season, I really like that they went deeper into Francesca's story with John, um, and everything because Miss Hannah, I'm sorry, ma'am, but you got a spicy scene, and I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Like when she asked Penelope, like essentially, like what is a climax? I was like, oh, here we go. Okay. But yeah, and then can I just say though, like Miss Violet Bridgerton, the queen that she is, oh, she's like carrying the whole part one on her back because, well, first of all, I love that they gave her a more centered part. Like her character and her story arc is like more central now than just like an offshoot that it kind of used to be. And the fact that she got, um, the fact that she had like a love scene. I wasn't expecting that from Ruth, dude. I was not expecting that from Ruth, but she had a little bit of a spicy scene with Marcus, and Miss Thing was wearing this like negligee, and she was like, "I am your tea" or whatever she. Oh my God, it was crazy. That was crazy. I love it though. I love Ruth Gemmell and that character. Yes, I think I need to watch it again too. I like the other seasons as the others didn't know each other either. They only Ellen and NC. Yeah, I mean, I think that I really, really liked. I mean, Jonathan Bailey can have chemistry with a brick wall, so there's nothing to say there. I really liked Kate and Anthony's. I thought their chemistry was like amazing. The eye acting in season two was just on another level insane. Like they are fantastic. But like season one, I don't know if I really bought the chemistry either. I think I just liked it because like we were all stuck inside and it came out during the it was like the perfect storm manifested to plunge this show into popularity. No one left was leaving the house. Everyone was bored and people needed stuff. So what were people doing? Watching TV, watching social media. Bridgerton came out during the pandemic. I feel like if Bridgerton did not come out during COVID, it would not be as successful as it is. I'm just gonna say it, and I don't care if you think the same or not. That's what I think. A lot of shows have to have a perfect storm of events to really become like a cultural phenomenon. And I think Bridgerton had that just because people were like sitting forced to watch stuff for 24 hours a day their whole life that year. Um, but yeah, I think that the only other like lead chemistry that I put on par with Pollen is like season two, Kate and Anthony. I mean, I love them, and I am kind of salty that they haven't been in part one. Even just a little mention, I'm like, oh my God, because they literally at the end of season three they announced that they were pregnant too, and they were going to have her baby, and I'm like, how can you not even put them in part one for like 2 minutes? I don't know, but I feel like they're gonna be in part two. Sorry, my friend just texted me. Um, I feel like they're gonna be in part two, but yeah, I was a little salty about that. I'm like, okay, but let me search for this. I forget what Violet said, but if you guys didn't see this, um, the Masquerade Ball episode, that also dragged on. It was really it just because I think the whole episode was about the ball. There was no time jumps or time lapses or anything. Like in season three, they had like, a ball, and then in the next 5 minutes they had like them promenading, and then the next 5 minutes they had them going to the market, and um so yeah. It's just like it was slow because the scenes were longer and like the places that these people were um you know yeah. So anyway, sorry, my friend keeps texting me. I'm trying to ignore it. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Yep, I know not many people are here. I know it's Sunday night and it's a bad night to stream, but I'm trying to find Violet in her negligee because that was just so That was so hot. She looks good too. For her age, like ma'am is like snaps for her because oh my God. Violet and I don't know where I'll find it. I have to share my screen with you guys too. Give me a second. I am not technologically savvy, especially when I'm tired. Oh my gosh, why can't I find it? Okay, well, I'll share this one. Let me see. Uh, uh. I'll open your comment in a second. Yeah, I agree. Hold on. Share screen. So that was so hot. I love that that Violet is getting hers now. I I was like, man, I love like older people like love stories. I don't know why, but I just think it's so pure because like younger people can be full of like so much crap and like BS and older people are just like straight up, this is what I want. I like you. Well, like, no games, just straight up, this is it. And I love that she is getting her moment to shine. It is freaking amazing. But I need to find a picture of her full length outfit because it was hot. Like I'll try to find one. I'm gonna pull this unrelated, but I'm so happy Mia got her picture with Luke and Nick with their baby. My girl, yeah, I just talked to her today actually because I just felt bad for her. She's going through a lot, but I just checked on her today. But yeah, dude, it's like her crash out was crazy. I was like, it's okay. Like, I'm sure. And I knew that they had a picture somewhere of them all together as a family, but they just weren't posting it. Like, Nick wasn't posting it for some reason. I'm just like, all right, whatever floats your boat, girl. But they finally posted it, and it was Bridgerton, I think. The side stories, Violet and Fran, were more interesting to me. I'm just not into the free-spirited man falls in love at first sight, but has to learn it's okay to marry his social inferior plotline. And that's totally fine. Um, my phone blows up whenever I'm doing something, and then when I'm not doing something, it's quiet. Do you guys have that issue? Like, did people have an air tag on me? Like, oh, she's busy. Let me just blow her phone up now. Like, y'all have hours to message me before I do stuff, and y'all don't. Anyway, that's annoying. Sorry. I'm getting distracted now. Um, yeah, that's like a perfectly valid opinion to have. Everyone is entitled to what they think. Um, I don't know, but his book is one of the books that I really couldn't get into either. Um, I don't know. It was good, it just wasn't my favorite, but I really do appreciate the fact that they are acting their ass off, and I think they're doing a good job for what they have, like within the writing and everything. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just like Luke is a great actor, Yaren's a great actress, and I just don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance when part two comes out. I want to watch part two and see if it anything changes, if the pace changes in the episodes. Um, but yeah, I think overall I enjoyed it. It was just very slow and very kind of monotonous a lot of the time. Now, um, did anyone have anything to say about Carriage Scene 2.0? I don't want to even bring it up, but I had to because it's in the episode. So I'm trying to bring up stuff that we saw in these episodes. Um, I kind of want to know what you guys thought about that because there's a lot of differing opinions on that as well. And honestly, I could do a whole stream on that one scene alone, but I'm not going to. But you guys tell me what you think about it, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. All the interviews that were happening, though, it's funny because speaking of Pollen and Luke and Nick, all the interviews that were happening prior to this, like Luke was getting asked all these questions that literally had nothing to do with specifically Nicola. And I swear to God, he answered like 10 questions with Nicola. I'm like, sir, why are you obsessed with her? He can't even keep her name out his mouth, bruh. And I really wonder if it was just to get ratings up for this season because they know, they know that like season 3 was their blowout season. It was their biggest budget, it was their biggest profits. And now I wonder if they tell like Luke and Nick or anyone like, hey, if you guys could just play it up, like we know it's not your season, but like mention each other so the fans get excited. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to tell. But they were asking this man questions and like with Hannah and Claudia on either side of him, and like he wasn't even trying to be coy about it. Like one of the interviewers was like, "So if Colin could have like, you know, thirst trap account for any celebrity, who would it be?" Nicola Coughlan. He said it without even freaking batting an eye. And then like there were other questions where he was just like answering like with her name. I'm like, "What? Sir, you need to go to therapy or you need to just get Nicola because you can't keep her name out of your mouth." Okay, I'm trying to search for the carriage scene. Sorry. I don't know if I can play the video because I don't want to get hit for copyright, but I just like that carriage scene 2.0. It was definitely like you could tell it was definitely scripted out and like they were definitely hitting their marks, but Luke is just freaking savage. He was just like, I could tell he was like trying to kiss her, and Nicola was like, no, 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 no. Like, oh my God, it cracked me up. But that's just me, like, seeing his body micro movements and stuff. It was funny. I'm still trying to find it. Sorry, guys. Way too short. Yeah, I mean, but it's not their season, so technically no one can say anything about it now. It was long it was longer than the final scene we had when she was on top of him, so at least it was longer than that. I think some parts of Luke Newton loves Nicola. I think he's emotionally attached to her. Not necessarily like physically. I think he's emotionally attached to her. And when people get emotionally attached to people, it is really hard to break free of that. So, yeah, I mean, he probably says half of this stuff, and it's just like he doesn't even know he's saying it. And then he realizes after the fact, like, oh, I just said that. Okay, well, it's out there now. So, yeah. Ooh, the carriage scene. Every time I type in season 4 carriage scene, it always brings me back to the season 3. Like, I don't want to see that. I'm trying to pull up season 4. Let me go to this video. Maybe if I turn the sound off, it won't hit me with a copyright. Because this person... Ugh, Taylor Swift. What is with these Taylor Swift songs that these people use? It's always a Taylor Swift song. I don't care to hear that. Oh, this isn't it. Well, I'm going to find it. But yeah, actually, okay, so I can bootleg this online because I don't have Netflix. But it is up online. Just FYI if you don't have Netflix. Okay, I'm going back here. They will probably demand it in a nice way. Demand what? I was probably talking about something and now I forgot it. Hold on one second. Okay, but yeah, I'll find it. But the other part of this part 1 that I did like was well, I didn't like it necessarily, but it's like I feel bad for Penelope because like the queen is treating her kind of like a servant now. Like if you don't do what I say, like you, because I guess she's working for the queen now or something. So the thing I don't understand is why people are still excited to read Whistledown if everyone knows who it is. Like the whole draw of the ton that brought them to Whistledown was that they didn't know who it was, and that made it more. But like I feel like now, since everyone knows who it is, they wouldn't be as inclined to rush to get the issues and stuff. Like if like if I knew who a secret writer was, it would bring some of the appeal out of it. So I don't know why they're and I don't know why the show is still using Julie Andrews as the voiceover because we know who Whistledown is now. So I thought that it would be Nicola's voice doing the voiceover. That would make more sense. I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of like one of those things that TV shows do that doesn't make any sense at all. Uh, but yeah. Um, but yeah, other than that, I thought, the acting was good. I enjoyed that the leads got a lot of screen time over the other side stories. Uh, and then can I just say, like, Sophie's story really made me sad because just her backstory and everything and how she's been treated. It actually is, this season is more like pulls on your heartstrings a little more than the previous seasons did. And I kind of like that about it because it's a different like vibe than the others who were just all debutantes and they were all like it was all the same storyline in a lot of the different seasons because even Kate was kind of like a debutante like in her own right in her own country and Sophie is just like a bastard child bottom of the barrel like underdog story and I like that about this season that makes it different than the other ones so that's nice um but yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't really have too much to say about it just because it has been so slow. And I like the parallel of Cinderella, though, and the evil stepsister. Although one of the stepsisters is more like um, duncy and, happy go lucky versus the other one is just evil. I can't remember their names, Rosamund and the other one, Posey or something. Um, but the stepmom, oh my gosh, she's so mean. She's terrible. I just felt so bad for Sophie. And Yaren does a really good job of portraying that emotion through Sophie. So yeah, I really enjoy her acting in these episodes. But yeah, again, I'm just gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna wait till part two because I know when I watched the first episode during that special Tadum premiere that they had, a lot of us were like, what? Like, is it? But in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. So I gave it a chance. And I'm still kind of like, it's okay. So I'm going to just wait till part two comes out and watch part two. Because you guys know, like, part two in season 3 was also when stuff got really hot and when stuff picked up was part two in season 3. So let's give part two a chance. Because I think it will make it, I hope it will make it a little better and pick up the pace a little bit. But I'm really invested in Francesca's story. And also, like, I think it's interesting because everyone said that Eloise was going to be next. I don't know. It might be Francesca because they're focusing in on her a lot. They're not really focusing in on Eloise or anything other than the fact that she's still the same and she doesn't want, anything to do with anybody. The face that she made when she was trying to talk to those suitors, was hilarious. That's like my face most of the time with people. But yeah, I don't know. And then like the whole Luke and Nicola thing, I think it's dying down a bit, thank God, but I'm just like, a lot of people have been asking me, like, what do you think about this? What do you think? I don't think anything, y'all, until, like, they leave those things that they're with, or I see some, like, hard, solid proof of anything. I don't think anything. I just know that Luke is obsessed with her and can't keep his name out of his mouth. But I know they're still friends. Like, all those speculations and stuff about them beefing and stuff. I mean, I still agree. Like some weird stuff went down. We don't know what it is, but they're still friends and they've been friends because clearly Luke made it known that he called Nicola after his House of McQueen play to tell her what a fan said. So like they've been in communication. So No, I don't think anything right now until I get some like hard Tom and Zendaya proof that I can actually talk about it again because it's just like at this point it's a waste of everyone's time to even be talking about it still. Um, but yeah, I love them on screen together. I always will. Um, but yeah, that carriage scene is the carriage scene's crazy because her pulling his hair. I'm like, man, like she really went from I don't know what I'm doing to let me dominate you. Like, what is going on? She's like, that happened in the course of like, I don't know, a month. No, I'm just kidding. Because they had a whole baby on the show. So, yeah, she definitely like knows what she's doing now. Like, let me tell you. Uh, I'm trying to look for the carriage scene still. I don't know why they're making it so hard. Pun intended. Uh, I can't find it. Let me see. Oh yeah, but you guys saw I'm kind of mad that that scene got leaked before the show came out because it wasn't a surprise anymore. Like I knew what was going to happen. And the leak that was leaked, it was basically the whole scene. Like there was no element of surprise anywhere. Like it was just like, yep, that's what you're going to get and that's all you're going to see. Okay, here. Luke's face. I can't get over his face in that. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now. Let me see. I found a GIF. His face. I think that's when they went over that bump in the road or something. I was like, ma'am, you're gonna break his like thing off. That's so cute. I love the little baby. I'm like Luke and Nick. I don't know. I want to know why it's an orange baby. I guess because her genes are dominant or something. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was cute. Their little family thing. I'm really trying to find the actual video. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look it up, bootlegged, and I'm gonna play it with no sound. And I'm not gonna tell you where to watch it free online because I don't want to get in trouble. Uh, if I can find it again. Yep, here it is. I'm just gonna have to go through the whole you guys can't see my screen still, can you? I'm not sharing it. No, okay, cool. Suspicious content, my left nut. Okay, what episode was the carriage scene in? You guys gotta help me out. Because I think it was 2, right? Somebody tell me. Was it episode 3 or 2? I think it was 3. Eloise on the shelf. Bridgerton needs to write to plant Daddy by the end of season 4. Her plotline is starting to drag on. Yeah, it yeah, but also I know that Claudia is not looking forward to any spicy scenes, so I think she's happy about her plotline dragging on. I fell asleep trying to binge it twice. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep. I don't know how y'all are falling asleep to stuff. Unless you're watching it late at night, but I definitely didn't fall asleep to it. So, no offense to the creators of the show. People are falling asleep watching your show, guys. Oh Lord, episode 3. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna look for it now. I'm gonna turn the sound off so I don't get hit with anything. Oh my god, I can't do it. Sound off, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna try to find it. And then I'm gonna share my screen. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm trying to see how far in that was. Oh, come on. All right, well, ignore the captions. I can't change it to English. So if anyone knows what this means. Okay, I'm gonna find. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. There's Hannah and John. Okay, I'm trying to find the carriage scene. I'm sorry. I know it's taking a minute. I gotta text my friend back. Oh, now it's buffering. All right, well, it'll take a minute. Oh, I just passed it. Oh, is the brightness bright enough? Okay, you guys are gonna have to tell me if you see this. Oh, that quality is terrible. I think because I'm streaming at the same time, so if it's not perfect quality, I apologize. Let me share my screen. Okay. Go back. Okay. Yeah. But then I just think it's funny because I can clearly tell Luke's trying to reach up and kiss her, and Nick's like, nope, we're just doing this for the show. That's it. Nope, no kissing, no lip. None of that. We're doing exactly what the coordinator told us to do, and we're not gonna do anything else like last time. Because I really think in season 3 they went off script, but that's just me. Don't quote me. They will want them promoting it. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you guys watched it and gave it a shot. I know it's like it is what it is. It's like it's I feel kind of bad for the leads in the season cuz it is hard to come after like Luke and Nick and everything they did and all the crap that they pulled for their season and riling people up, but um because the promotion for this season was really like sad. It wasn't that much. It was like, and they said that they were going to like different cities and stuff, but all I saw was them in Paris. Like, did you guys see them in any other of these cities that they were talking about? Like, all I saw was the premiere in Paris. I didn't see them go to Atlanta. I didn't see them go to freaking South Korea, wherever the heck they said they were gonna go. I didn't see none of that. The queen being spoiled, monopolizing everyone's time is dumb. We got enough of that last season. And where was Luke Newton? I know. That poor man. He barely had any like lines in this season. I could quote his lines on both my hands. Like he did not have very much if he doesn't leave like by next season, like he got no like I understand Luke like get your bag, but at the same time that show doesn't care about Colin's storyline like at all. He just exists to serve Penelope at this point and be her, be her rocking horse, if you know what I mean. And like cuz in the book, I mean, he was like that too, but he also had his own life and his own story. Like what happened with his writing, what happened with, and that's why I'm saying give part 2 a chance. Maybe they'll expand more upon it. I don't want to make rash judgments now, but according to part 1, like Luke, I just feel bad for Luke. Like he had no, at least they put him in a lot of the interviews, like because Nicola was nowhere to be found in the season 4 promo except for like a couple. But Luke was in a lot of them, so I do appreciate that at least they gave him a lot of interviews for season 4. Yeah, no soundproof carriages. Because they're married, they don't need it. They're fine. They don't care if people hear them. That's fine. If they're freaks, they're freaks. They want people to hear them. Good. That's fine. Um, but yeah, I think that's all. I mean, honestly, I think that's all we'll be getting between Luke and Nick this season. Like, I don't think they're gonna have much of anything else together because obviously Penelope is more of a focal point than Colin is at this point. So, which I think is sad because Colin was the one who traveled everywhere. Colin was the one who wrote his book. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's making me mad. I don't want to talk about that. It's making me mad now. I don't want to. I agree with you, and that's all I'm gonna say because it makes me mad how they're doing him. But you can't control that. It is what it is. I'm trying to find the now Violet and her scene because that was hot, and I think it was in season or episode 4. Did you guys see that? Did you get that far? Did you see her sexy scene with Marcus Anthony? It was it was like I was like, "Ooh, watching this shit." That was my favorite part, I think, of the whole part 1 was Violet getting her garden to bloom again. Both of them are just quiet, boring characters. You mean the two leads? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I mean Sophie's character isn't really boring. Her character is kind of pretty dynamic to me, but I mean Benedict's character, I don't know what they're doing with him. It's weird. And why are they still carrying over the bisexual plotline? Like, just can you guys drop that now? Like, and just make him what he is? Like, I don't understand it. But again, the showrunner is still Jess Burnell, and we all know how we felt last season about her. So I wasn't really surprised um, at a lot of the stuff that happened just because of that fact that I know who the showrunner still is. And so I'm kind of expecting a lot of, like, I'm kind of expecting some disappointments along the way just based on that. But you know, everyone can't be pleased, which is the hard part. And, you know, we all can't be pleased 100%. It just is what it is. Like, you're not going to please everyone 100% in anything, really, entertainment or life or whatever. I know. I love them. I love Violet and Marcus so much, and I'm still trying to find that picture because it literally sends me every time. I need to read Ruth's interviews actually because she's done some interviews by herself, and I really want to read them because I'm really interested in her and what she has to say about the whole experience. I don't know why they're not. There's no images of that bedroom scene, you guys. What the heck? Well, most of us here have watched the show anyway, but I still want to show it. Jeez. But yeah, I love their story. I also think that like the what is it? What's their name? The other black couple. Oh my god, help me, I'm blanking. I am so tired. Um I don't remember their name, but the other black couple in the show, the other side story, I really like them too just because they are like a depiction of a healthy relationship. Like, do you guys remember when they were drinking in the club and Benedict was talking about mistresses or something, and then Colin was next to him, and then also across from him was, oh my God, what's their name? Mondrich. Okay. Good Lord. Um, they said I'm not like Colin said I'm not interested in that lifestyle or whatever. And then Mondrich also was like me neither. And I'm like, you know what? That's why I like that character because it's good to see a depiction of like a healthy couple in a show that existed during a time where mistresses and stuff were like not necessarily looked at like they are today. Like it was accepted, like it's normal. And I really like that. Obviously, Colin, my wife Bridgerton, is going to say he's not interested in that just because that's who he is. But also, Mr. Mondrich said it. And I'm like, I love that there's multiple healthy relationships in Bridgerton being displayed because that time was so promiscuous and gross. And can I just say, Benedict is going to give Sophie some sort of STD because he's so disgusting. Like, he is the most disgusting Bridgerton brother. And that's why I don't think I like him either. Like, he is the most nasty. They call it, I mean, Penelope and Eloise called him a rake to his face because he's nasty. And, like, back then, syphilis was so common. But other ones, too. It's just like, man, that man has been with men. He's been with women. He's what? What? Like he's gonna give Sophie something. Let's not let, but you know, suspend your disbelief, I guess, and like enjoy the show. But that girl is gonna need a doctor. She's gonna need a doctor, or her offspring is gonna have some sort of STD. Yeah, can we get a new showrunner? I'll run the show. I'll do it. I have production experience. Yeah, no, but honestly, like, it is very difficult to please everyone and to run a show, and it's hard. So I'm gonna cut her some slack, but honestly, I really hope that they change showrunners next season to somebody else. Like, is the statute of limitations like 2 seasons, or is it just because Chris Van Dusen didn't want to have anything to do with the show anymore, so he bounced and he's like, figure it out. Because I really want a new showrunner too. So over the I'm so over just the stories being twisted to the point of it doesn't even make sense, because I understand TV shows and movies, like, yes, they're not going to take a book verbatim and make the show out of it. That's just not how it is, and it never happens like that. But twisting stuff to the point to where Francesca's storyline is going to be with another woman instead of another man, and I'm not saying that in a way that is disparaging to LGBTQ people. I'm saying that in a way that her storyline is literally about infertility. How are you going to pair her with another female after John dies? What? That doesn't make any flipping sense, dude. Like, if her story is about infertility and stuff, her other lover needs to be a freaking man. They didn't have insemination clinics back then. So what are you going to do? You're going to add an insemination clinic aspect to this? Bitch, if you do that, I will come after you. I'm not even joking. Like, that is the kind of twisting I'm talking about. Not like taking storylines and tweaking them. Like, I'm talking about straight up ruining a storyline because it doesn't make any sense, dude. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if there's a reason why he left. It could be competing priorities. It could be he got a better offer from another studio. I don't know, but I don't know. You should Google it and see if you can find out why he left. I might do that in a minute. I'm disappointed in the Featherington arc. I get that they need to further the upstairs downstairs story, but after everything Portia and Varley had been through, yeah, that was so. I did not like that. Like, I made a face. I can't believe that. I felt bad for Varley too. Like, she wanted to stay with the fam because she had been with them for so long. And then, like, Lady Featherington is just a biatch. And I'm like, you're gonna give her, instead of a raise, you're gonna give her that? That's like going into work and getting a pizza party instead of a raise. Like, what? That's like the CEO giving everyone a slice of pizza and a Coke and being like, good job, here you go, but you're still making the same amount of money. I hated that. I hated that. Their interactions felt so cold and forced. No typical Featherington comic relief. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, the Featheringtons have always been kind of a downer. That's just how the family is, because, because Penelope grew up in it and it was terrible for Penelope. But I mean, in season 3, they had some comic relief. But yeah, they really, I don't know. They did Polly Walker dirty. Yeah. I think that whole thing between Varley and her is just sad. It's just sad. And it's just like, dude, I'm like, that girl, she needs to just walk away and work for the other family. And you know what? At the end of the part 1, I think she was working for the Penwoods, right? She went to their family. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where she went, which is crazy. That's a crazy cliffhanger that I was like, okay, all right, we'll see where this goes. But I think that's where she went. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. Yeah, the Featheringtons were missed this time. I didn't see the other sister. I only saw the one sister. I forget her name, but the other one isn't in the show anymore. Did she leave? Yes. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so Varley ended up going to work for the Penwood house where Sophie had been kicked out, and now Sophie is working at the Bridgerton house. All the maid swapping is crazy. But I thought that was a cool part of part 1 too, just like how they did that, how they swapped everything around. Hallelujah. Yes, the infertility is the issue, and so how is that going to work? Please tell me. Girl, you please tell me. I don't know. Like, she's talking to John in bed in part one. Do you guys remember? She said, "Do you think it's strange we're not with child yet?" And I'm just like, how are you going to carry over that storyline with two women? Insemination didn't exist in the 1850s, bruh. I don't understand. I don't understand this showrunners. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be interested to see what happens. Like maybe they won't even include infertility in her storyline at that point. I don't know. Because there's no way that you can include that storyline at that time in history with two women. So I'm just gonna say that. And maybe I'm just like, just maybe that storyline won't pan out. But that's my own brain saying, you know what? Maybe Michaela is just there for now and she's not going to be there long term. But I know that's not the case. But that's just my brain thinking the best. Extremely short. Wait, extremely short. Extremely short what? Did I say something? But yeah. Other than that, though, I enjoyed a lot of the side stories this season as well. I do think that it was hilarious when Penelope was trying to explain like orgasms to Hannah's character Francesca. But do you guys notice how she finally had one when John was like fingering her or something? Like, I don't know if they're trying to like do that to start inching toward the lesbian plot line because apparently the only way she can come is with fingering or something. Like, y'all, I don't even know what's going on, but that was like, yeah, that I don't know. You are not. I'm an obgyn nurse. That will never happen. Yeah. Oh, you are? You're an OBGYN? That's awesome. Do you ever get tired of looking at that stuff? I have a male gyno, and I always wonder if he gets sick of looking at vaginas. He goes home to his wife and is like, I don't want to do anything because I'm sick of looking at vaginas right now. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. That's the only real big complaint I have though about this. It's just like, how can you twist a story so much that it doesn't even make sense anymore? I don't know. Oh, you thought she faked it? I don't know if she faked it. I didn't think she faked it. I thought it was real, but I thought it was just like because he was fingering her, and I thought that they were trying to like hint at that plot line now, like she can't orgasm unless she's being fingered, and then that's how they can kind of like sneak Michaela in there, what the heck ever. But yeah, I thought it was real. I don't know. I'll have to watch it again and see. It's just so painfully slow to watch. It's just like you want to fast forward through certain parts. And I think I saw that somewhere where people were like, yeah, I fast forwarded through a lot of it. But if you fast forward through a lot of it, you miss a lot of little things too. So like, yeah, I challenge everyone at least to try to give it a once over again and not fast forward through anything. And if you can't make it, totally fine. But there's a lot of little subtleties that you'll miss too if you fast forward through a lot of stuff. Uh, but yeah, other than that, yeah, that's all I got though, you guys. Unless you guys have something else you're really itching to talk about. Um, Overall, I just thought it was slow. I really like, I really enjoy the actors though. They're giving it their all. I mean, you can tell. But there's only so much you can do with a script that you get that's not like mind blowing. So I think that the part where Sophie helped Benedict with his wound too, that was really cute. That was cute. And when they were eating breakfast the next day together, he was like, I never saw someone eat breakfast that ferociously or whatever. I was like, yeah, because girl's hungry. Leave her alone. She barely eats anything. I thought it was real, but I think John thought it was fake. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know. All I know is all I know is that the fingering thing, I know what they're doing with that. Like I know what they're doing with that. We'll see how the infertility story pans out, but I don't know. Um do you guys think John's gonna die in this season though? I heard people are saying he does, but I'm like, how do you know that? Like, I don't know. Because if he does die in this season, that's really soon. And if he does die in this season, that further makes me think that next season is going to be Francesca's season. So who knows? But I thought someone said they saw like a behind the scenes shot of like a funeral or something. I don't know. But the funeral was for Sophie's dad in that flashback. So I don't know. People are saying a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna wait for part two and just watch it myself. But yeah, I think that it is what it is. I think that the ratings this season are a lot different than last, and I always wonder like because that little exchange that Nicola and Luke had on social media, I always wonder if it was just for the show again to get people excited again to make them watch the show because that was weird. That was weird. Like Nicola, you haven't commented on his social posts in like over a year, and then all of a sudden here you are commenting on his carousel where he posted that ab picture. Bro, whatever. They're so wrong, dude. They're so wrong for that. Yes, because he said he wanted to make a contribution to Parliament. Okay. Hmm. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how this carries out in part two. Because, like I said, the only things I'm excited about are Violet and Marcus's Varkus. Varkus is their ship name. I'm excited about their story, and I'm also obviously continued to be excited about Pollen's storylines, or let's just call it Penelope's storyline because they're just doing Colin dirty and they're not even like giving him anything except to be Penelope's like fun time man. Um, and then I'm also kind of invested in Francesca's storyline now that they're giving her more FaceTime on screen. So I want to see what happens with those. Like I really do. Didn't John tell her she didn't have to perform for him? Did he? See, that might have been a part where I just blacked out again and I just got distracted because I don't remember that, but I'm sure like if I go back and watch it, you're probably right. If you watched it more in depth than I did and didn't really like blank out in certain parts, but yeah, cuz after I saw her do that, I was like, "Oh," and then like I got distracted with something else. So, I don't know because it looked real, but then I don't know, because girls are good at faking it, so maybe it wasn't. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again this week. But yeah. Anyway, I know there's not too much else to talk about it. It was really slow, but I'm glad that you guys came on. I'm gonna go get something to eat and then go to sleep because I'm really, really tired. I just want to jump on here with you guys because I watched it and I wanted to hear what you guys thought about it because I'm hearing a lot from all directions from people. So, oh, he did. Okay. John is very experienced. I got the impression that when John came in on season 3, I got the impression that he wasn't very experienced with women in general, dating women or anything. He's very like stoic, I guess is the word. And like he got no riz and like but Francesca liked that about him. She's like, "You're different than the other," you know what I mean? She didn't want the other suitors, so you got what you got, girl. You could be right. He's probably not experienced. Because he seems like a guy who doesn't have prostitutes or mistresses, and he just seems like a very chill, low key, low key guy. I don't know what that means. She overdid it with calling out his name, like Penn mentioned, calling out in passion when she described the pinnacle. Oh, you're right. I mean, maybe, yeah. Because in the book, in the Penelope's book, she called Colin's name out a lot. They didn't put it in the show, but she did. So, I don't know. It could be real, it could not. I'm gonna have to rewatch it again though. Bridgerton's house in the behind the scenes was draped in mourning cloth, also a hearse wagon outside the house. Oh! Oh! So he does die. Oh my God. So the next season is probably gonna be Hannah's. I don't know, but yeah, that's terrible. So they're gonna kill off this this actor. Ah, bro. Oh man. Well, now we know what might be coming in part two. Because I did see a behind the scenes picture of them wearing like all black and stuff too, like the Bridgerton, whatever. Uh, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna run. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. I know I posted something about like something exciting happening, so I'm actually just in the process of doing stuff for that, and it has to do with like moving. So, but more to come later. But yeah, I'll work on doing that, and if anything happens with um you know who's, you know where I'll be. But as of right now, nothing's really happening. Everything's the same. So let's just all go on our merry way, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. If you are working or vacationing or doing whatever, I hope it's fabulous. And I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye everybody.